2026 NFL Draft, and we are covering it. Presented by Jeep. There's only one. All right, Bryant McFadden.
Yes, sir.
At pick 20, the Philadelphia Eagles traded up. And I'm laughing because they traded up, and I want to talk about a couple things here. While the Steelers were on the phone with the player they ended up taking. The Steelers were at 21. Mekhi Lemon was on the phone in Pittsburgh. He ultimately said that he was where he was meant to be when Howie Roseman took him at pick 20. So as a Steelers, two-time Super Bowl champ, Steelers fan, how do you feel? And also, what does this mean for A.J. Brown?
Well, for me, as a Steeler fan and being a former Steeler, it feels like I got punched in the stomach. Honestly, unexpected. I wasn't prepared to hit this to be punched in the stomach because clearly the Steelers were willing and was ready to select Mekhi Lemon, a guy who I really love in terms of what he does at the offensive side of the ball. And I think the Steelers never thought that Philly would do business with a divisional foe or vice versa, with the Cowboys doing business with the Philadelphia Eagles. But voila, it happened. And this is what Philly has done because according to our very own GM here, Howie did the same switcheroo on you, right? Pull the rug underneath you and moving up because he felt like there was a guy you was going to get, so you don't get him. Guess what he does? Trades up in front of you.
Jalen Carter, right?
Jalen Carter, yeah. Right? So I respect Howie for understanding and working the room. And for me, it's like, you know, ordering a meal from your favorite restaurant, and your mind is fixated on getting this meal because you know they have it every Tuesday, like a Tuesday special, right? And you know they have it.
Oxtails.
Whatever it is.
Taco
Tuesdays. And you know what? I'm going to get oxtails. I'm going to get some tacos on Taco Tuesday, whatever the case may be. And when you get there, they tell you, oh, we just ran out. What? No, that's how I feel right now being with the Pittsburgh Steelers because you had your guy and you was on the phone and he thought he was going to be a Pittsburgh Steelers and then instantly Howie traded up in front of the Steelers to go get Mekhi Lemon, who I think is going to be a fantastic player because I love what he did at USC. So great job by Howie, tough for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pete, what does this mean for A.J. Brown?
What does it mean for A.J. Brown? I think he's going to get traded. I think he is gone. And to be honest with you, I think that thing had run its course. I think a lot of things had run their course in Philadelphia. I mean, you look at the Eagles, the stories coming out about Jalen Hurts, and believe me, we've heard a bunch of stories that are going on in that team. And some people said that maybe A.J. Brown isn't even the worst problem on that team. So the reality is I think he's going to be traded. I think he wants to be traded. I think New England is in play for possibly being traded. And it makes sense to get him out of there.
So Rand.
Remember, they also got Wicks from the Packers.
I was going to say, they have Dontavian Wicks. They signed Hollywood Brown. Yeah. Now they have Mekhi Lemon and obviously Slim Reaper and Devonta Smith. Are they going to get a first-round pick for A.J. Brown?
I think it remains to be seen.
I don't think they do.
We know Howie. He is going to press for one, and if he can't get a straight-up one, he'll try to take multiple picks. That will give go ahead, B-Mac. I see it on your face.
Yeah, because we're hearing all kind of rumors, right? We don't know if these are clean rumors or dirty rumors, but we're hearing rumors about the Patriots trying to figure out what's going on with George Pickens. George just signed his franchise tag today, right? And we thought he would wait so he wouldn't have to show up for anything. But with him signing that tag today, clearly he believes there's a suitor for him in terms of trading for his services. So if you're Howie, if you're the New England Patriots, to Pete's point about Patriots and A.J. Brown, maybe I understand you have a June date that you need to be mindful of, right? But understanding and knowing the New England Patriots had the 31st pick, not knowing what their pick could be next year, and knowing that you would much rather have a pick this year, wouldn't you try to make something happen now?
Well, I mean, to your point, if indeed George Pickens signed the franchise tag because there's a potential trade option, now it becomes a true negotiation because it's A.J. Brown, I'm assuming, A.J. Brown.
Hypothetical.
Or
George Pickens.
And so now
But A.J. Brown's still under contract. And so
and you would have to pay
trade for George Pickens, you're going to have to pay him.
Wait,
well, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to do something for A.J. Brown anyway. You're going to have to convert some of that money.
Right.
To
you could do like you did, like they did with Dexter Lawrence.
As a GM, why would you trade away one headache for potentially a worse migraine?
I didn't say I would. I'm just.
But is that?
But
You're talking about who are you talking about?
You send away AJ and you take on George Pickens. Why is that better?
No, you're talking about George Pickens going to the Patriots.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you. Okay,
Because
I thought
clearly
you were talking-
we've been hearing ties with the
Patriots want a wide receiver.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown's here, George Pickens is
Okay.
here, and now maybe they have an
Gotcha,
opportunity
gotcha.
to play each other. And if that's the case, then the price might come down on A.J. Brown
I
a
see.
little
Yeah,
bit.
I was in my own thoughts here.
He's Haitian from Canada.
But yeah,
That's a whole story. I got lost in my own
And
thoughts.
also, too, to Pete's point, with the Eagles acquiring Wicks and now getting Mekhi Lemon, it's almost like you're trying to find a way to move AJ because
But
of
here's the
wide
thing,
receiver room.
but you also lessen your negotiation
correct.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
By
now-
making
now-
these
now
moves,
you're-
now it's like,
right.
look, you have to move on.
You have to move them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the Dallas Cowboys, where I think George Pickens still plays there. I was confused for a moment. I got my notes right here. I do know this: they traded up one spot and got Caleb Downs, and then they traded down a few spots to 23 and got Malachi Lawrence. I give that an A.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And by the way, I'm going to sit here in late April and say it. The Dallas Cowboys are not only going to win the damn division, they're going to be a legitimate Super Bowl contender. And how many times have we heard that in Dallas, right?
A lot.
Oh my God, this is Dallas's year. You know what? For all the criticism that Jerry Jones has taken, and believe me, a lot of it is deserved, when this team takes the field and the way they're constructed right now, new look defense, you add those guys to that defense, you add a pass rusher with Twitch, you add the guy in the back end, the Dallas Cowboys are going to score a ton of points on offense. That team is going to be a Super Bowl contender, and they will win the East.
Oh, I thought you was going to say they will win. I thought you were going to
No.
be that definitive in April that they were
No,
going to
not
win the Super
yet.
Bowl.
Not yet. I got to see more.
Listen, I won't push back on that at all. I love what they've done this offseason because bigger than going to get all the players that they've gotten, starting in October at the trade deadline, October, November, whatever it was, you go get a new defensive coordinator. And not only do you go get a new defensive coordinator, you get it from a division opponent and that holds a defensive structure that you have probably struggled with. So now you get to implement that, and not only are you getting to implement it to help your team and be a nuisance to other teams, but now you face it every day. And now you have a game plan in place to beat that defense that you're going to have to play twice a year in Philly. So I love what Dallas has done. Again, I don't think there's anybody that's outdrafted Dallas over the last 10 years.
They've done a good job.
And I would love to see someone put it side by side because the draft and player acquisition hadn't been an issue. It's been the retention of these guys that has become more of an issue. So we say Jerry, we say Steven. I'm going to throw Will McClay in there.
Yes.
Because Will McClay has done a hell of a job. And at some point soon, we're going to see him running someone's organization and turning someone's organization around the way he's helped turn.
They need one more addition.
A linebacker.
Because they don't have a second-round pick.
Yeah, they don't pick again for a little bit here.
Till
They
the
don't pick
third
again
round,
till
right, Ryan?
Pick 92.
So at 92, if they can hope that Trotter is still on the board.
Yeah.
This off-ball linebacker class is so deep, he may be gone. They're going to find somebody else.
Yeah.
But here's what, 100%, don't disagree. But and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I have said this probably the last 3-4 years about the Rams linebacker core. They need a linebacker.
They're not very good.
But they've never addressed it, and they continue to be a really good defense.
Cowboys, by the way, one quick thing. Line, quarterback.
All right, before we take a break, I'll ask you all. Over under 11.5 next year for the Dallas Cowboys.
Over. I'll go over.
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 Man, you guys just fall right in line.
Star, baby.
All right, let's take another quick break here. A lot more to come. First round post-draft coverage here on With the First Pick presented by Jeep. There's only one. We'll be back right